if there's somebody out there that's in the audience right now listening to this podcast, and they themselves are experiencing what they believe to be symptoms from Agent Orange exposure, or maybe they're the loved one of somebody who was exposed, and they need help, or they need some type of assistance. I mean, where do they go? Who do they talk to? What's that road?
Yeah. So most VAs, I think probably pretty much all of the VAs are certainly somewhere within the system of a VA hospital, whether it be an outpatient center. Anybody can direct you to the registries. And I think that that's really the first place to start, is to make sure that you or your loved one gets their name into these registries.
Can you expand on that? What are the registries?
Sure. So the Vietnam era registry is, basically it looks at, or people come in and they get blood work and they get just, questionnaires about their history. And then it's documented, when they were in country. And then they do a number of different, it depends on the registry, but some of the registries are biorepositories, so they get blood work. They might get neuroimaging. They might get like a whole physical exam. And then this information gets put into a database. So it's not your name that's associated with it. You are given a code number. But the nice thing about these registries is that, and again, the VA system really has this down perfectly, so that if it turns out that, in 6 years, they decide, or they find out, some research finds out that, Agent Orange is linked to something else, right? So say, linked to some sort of, I don't know, say dementia, right? That's now being linked to. And you meet those qualifications, then you actually are eligible for extra VA benefits and treatment and care at a VA facility. And that's really amazing, right? Because it takes the burden off the family.
Yeah.
And it takes the burden off of the patient. And it makes sure you feel, as a clinician, I feel so much better that my patients are being well cared for, because they're being cared for by people who understand.
The free VA New England mobile app is empowering those who served our country like never before. Access up-to-date information on benefits, healthcare, home loans, and more. Search VA New England in your app store today and access the benefits you've earned and deserve.